Hey guys, it's Cayley. I am back with another what sold from last week video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my sales that were happening on eBay and Poshmark last week. And we're also going to deep dive into some individual items and talk about why they sold and things to look for. It has been a really long time since we have done a giveaway on this channel. And so I thought today would be a perfect time to do a giveaway with a newer partner on my channel. If you guys caught the video last week where I talked about shipping tips, one of those shipping tips was having the right equipment, and I partnered with Jaden's printers. You guys seem to really like them, and there were some of you that were already using Jaden's in the comments. They sponsored that video last week. I had so much fun making it, and it was a much needed video all about shipping. While I was talking with them, I asked them if they would additionally send me another printer that I could give away to my subscribers. So I've got a printer here for one lucky winner. This is their thermal label printer, the JD268BT. It is a plain white one. I don't want to get pink because I don't know who all likes pink, but we have a pretty neutral colored printer for you here, and this thing is awesome. So this will be getting shipped out to one of you. Jaden's has many different shipping solutions. They offer many different styles of thermal printers. You should definitely go check them out. All about making things easy, no technical experience required. And you guys saw on that video last week, it was seriously the easiest setup I have ever done with a thermal label printer. I highly recommend them. We have been using our Jaden's printer that you guys saw last week, and it has been working wonders here at the office. All you guys have to do to enter into this giveaway is make sure you are subscribed to my channel and then put your favorite shipping tip down in the comments below. It could be about anything shipping related. I will put here on the screen and also down in the description box when this giveaway is going to end, and then I will randomly select a winner. I will post it on my channel, and I'll also reply to whichever comment wins. Congratulations to the winner. Thank you so much to Jaden's for sponsoring my last video and also allowing me to give away to the reseller community one of those awesome printers. And if anybody is interested, I will also have my links down below for Jaden's along with a coupon code that you can use off of your first purchase. Now back into the what sold video.
All right, you guys, so all these sales happen between July 21st through the 27th. That is a Sunday through a Saturday. Starting to get caught up on the what sold videos again. Had kind of a slower week. In total, I sold 255 items for a gross item sales, meaning without the shipping added in, of about $7,200, making my average item sale price around $28, which is very low for us. We want to be closer to $35 to $40, which I was able to achieve once again with eBay, but Poshmark continues to be the place that we liquidate a lot of things. So my average sale price on eBay was around $36, and my average sale price on Posh was about $19. And again, that's because we were flushing out some older items. So let's dive into some of these individual sales. I have a lot of cool brands that are new to me, some that I think we've never talked about on the channel. So let's dive in. This was one of my best sales. This is Johnny Was. And I like showing Johnny Was every now and then because when I was a reseller, I actually did not know when I first started reselling that Johnny Was a great brand. So just personally, for personal reasons, I like showing it. But I also like showing the different styles they have because this is not something I would have looked at for Johnny Was. Kind of looks like a vintage dress for me. And it's also something we paid up for because we knew it was going to flip quickly. So we actually paid $40 for this, which is very high. But we knew, again, it was going to flip super quickly. This was Johnny Was. It is a longer length dress, and it was a plus size, a 1X. It was multicolored. All great factors adding up to it being a quick sale. So I felt very confident paying $40 for it. Like I said, we listed for $150. We ended up selling it on an offer for $127. And this one looks like it took about a month to sell. I've got a couple other examples of where we paid up for things to basically flip it to double or triple our money. But you know, the evidence is there in the sold comps. That it's going to be a quick flip. So don't pay up for stuff unless the evidence is there that you're going to get your money back quickly. Next up, this is one that we have sat on since the end of February, but I think it was worth waiting on because we did end up with a really great profit. This is the brand. This is new to me, probably new to you guys, kind of a niche brand. Poem Poeme Bohemian. This is a men's button-down shirt. Not a lot of information about this brand, but what I could see, it was made in Italy. It was very high quality, so we ended up grabbing this from a wholesaler. Listed this originally, I think, for around $150 or best offer. So we have since dropped the price. Like I said, we listed this back at the end of February, so it has been, several months. Let's see, what is that? It's been about 6 months, but it ended up selling on an offer for $100 exactly. So I think it was worth the wait for a $100 sale, and I am very happy with that. Next up, another newer brand to me, one that you guys definitely want to know about. It is Ilana Cone, I think is how you pronounce it. For anybody listening and not able to see the screen, that's Ilana, and then Cone is Kohn. This is a women's pretty minimalist shirt. Again, I just like pointing out that a lot of these higher end brands are doing very minimalist, simple things, kind of quiet luxury. And unless you know to look for that, you would definitely pass on this piece at the thrift store. This one's made in New York, so made in US. This is called the Barbie sleeve, 3/4 length sleeve shirt. It was super oversized, which is an indicator of a quality brand sometimes. I listed this for $85. It sold on an offer to watcher for $72. We paid $20, so another pay up, but a quick flip for good money. This one actually only took 20 days to sell, so pretty quick flip, especially for the average sale price. Next up, another brand that you want to keep your eye out for. It is Double D Ranch Wear, or Double D Ranch. This is kind of hit or miss. It is one sometimes I sit on, but generally speaking, a pretty good brand and one worth sitting on. The more unique Western-y piece you have, definitely the better. This one actually sold faster than most of my Double D Ranch pieces. This is an embroidered wool vest. We listed for $75 and it sold for our full asking price, and it only took a couple of months to sell. Next up, this is another newer brand to me, one you guys want to memorize. It is a men's brand, Mersby Schwanen, I think is how it's pronounced. They make very heavyweight, thick, again, basic, plain stuff. I'm telling you guys, if you're not paying attention, you would definitely miss this on the shelf. This is made in Germany. Again, very, very thick shirt. This did have a couple of spots on it. We ended up listing it for $84 with the flaws, and it sold for our full asking price, and this only took a few days to sell. Next up, this is one of my favorite brands to pick up in plus sizes. This is Ralph Lauren. This is a size 3X. It is a very substantial piece with all over cable knit. That's definitely something you want to look out for during fall and winter with Ralph Lauren pieces. And we were lucky enough to find this one new with tags via wholesale. Suggested retail is $119. This had so many desirable factors that I listed it for $75. So again, retail is about $120. I listed it for $75. Anytime you can get more than half of retail price for a new with tags item, it is a really good one. So I ended up selling this on an offer to watcher for around $64. And this one did take a couple of months to sell, but definitely a great factor stacking piece. Next up, this is one that I've sat on since February as well. This is one I got in that vintage buyout, like giant wholesale lot. This is Lafayette 148. I've mentioned that I used to pick this brand up and everything. I don't so much anymore, but their suit sets tend to do pretty well for me. So this is a wool blend skirt set in a mustard yellow color. I originally listed this very high or best offer. It did have some holes in the skirt, so I had to keep that in mind with the price. And I ended up selling it on a dropped price of around $67. And this one did take about 6 months also to sell, but it was, a really great return on investment. This is a men's brand you're definitely going to want to keep your eye out for. Very simple tag, Catan. I've sold quite a few blazers by them, but this is a dress shirt. And again, look how simple this is. Look how simple the tag is. You would definitely miss this if you weren't paying attention. We also had to size this using measurements, and it also had a hole in the back. So lots of things going on that were at the detriment of this item. And it still sold within 90 days. So this one took a couple of months to sell. We listed it for $70, which is a lesser price than I would have listed it for had it not had all those issues. It still ended up selling for our full asking price of $70 despite the flaws and the guessing on size. So definitely an amazing brand to keep your eye out for in the men's department, and they sell like dress your career type stuff. This is a newer brand to me. This is Victus jeans. They make tactical jeans from what we can tell. I think we originally listed these slightly too high because they did end up taking a couple months longer than I would have liked them to sell. So these took about 5 months to sell. They ended up selling on a dropped price of $52, but still a really great return on investment. This one was a super quick flip. I just got these from that storage unit buyout. So thank you, Brittany, if you are watching. These were a super quick flip. I think I actually paid more than $6 for these. I think that's an error, but still a really great flip. Solomon is not a brand I typically get, but their boots and some of their sneakers, usually the men's do very well, but the boots definitely have a higher sell-through rate. So keep your eye out for Solomon stuff, especially trying to show you guys the brand here, especially if they are boots. These also had the Gore-Tex material. Listed these for $60. They sold for our full asking price, and they actually sold the next day after getting them listed. Here is another blazer sale. We're probably about to start selling a ton of blazers because we're moving into fall and winter. So this is definitely a category I would keep your eye out for. This is a great brand to pick up in blazers. It is Brooks Brothers. Especially if you see a specific style name on the blazer, it's definitely worth looking up because that's an easy comp to see if you should pick it up or not. This was called the Explorer Regent Vent. And in blazers, one of the most sought after colorways is the navy blue with the gold buttons, which this was. We listed these for $65. It sold on an offer to watcher for $55. This one actually only took 3 days to sell. This is a brand in the men's shoes that I almost always get, and I feel like most resellers pass on it. They are Timberland boots. Even if they've got some wear, a lot of their stuff now is made with a distressed look to it. But as long as the tread is in good condition, we generally get it in the men's department. So these were in pretty good condition. These were a size 12. I picked these up at the bins, which is where I find a lot of Timberlands that nobody gets. And we listed these for $50. They sold for our full asking price. I would say pre-owned wise, without a specific style, I usually list these for $50 to $60 pre-owned, and they sell very, very well. Next up, this is a newer brand to me. This is the brand Antica Santoria by Giacomo, sorry. Really gorgeous dress. This is a one size fits all brand, and this is a beautiful, very bohemian, multicolor dress. Listed this for $55. I don't think that this brand has a 100% sell-through rate, but the ones that are selling for a bit, so you might sit on it, but definitely worth looking into. We listed for $55. It sold on an offer to watcher for $47. And this one took a month to sell. This is more of a style-based pickup. This actually did not have branding in it whatsoever. No material tag, no size tag, but it was just very on trend with what people are looking for in a very unique piece. It also had some discoloration throughout, so keep that in mind with the sale. Otherwise I would have probably listed higher, but you can see our keywords here. We've got velvet, regal, it's a plus size, Regency core is a really good one for these jewel tone things, and then welt pockets, which are new to me, but our employees looked that up, so that's one I'm going to put in my back pocket. This ended up selling for our full asking price of $50. It actually only took a few weeks to sell, which is surprising for a no brand, completely style-based pickup with flaws. So keep your eye out for stuff like this. Definitely look up Regency core and figure out what that's all about, because it is very trendy right now. Next up, this is a newer brand to me as well. It is Passerico. They make a lot of wool pieces, I think possibly even linen as well, made in Italy. These dress pants sold for $50, which was our full asking price. And these ones actually only took 5 days to sell. So very quick flip. Keep your eye out for this brand. Next up, this is another super quick flip. This is also one that I paid up for and basically doubled my money. These are the brand The Perfect Jean NYC. Keep your eye out for this. Some of their styles and sizes are very super quick flips. I've sold a few of these now, and they're kind of unassuming as well. And the tags themselves don't look all that high quality in my opinion, but they do have a really great following. So these were the athletic fit. They were also a larger size, which I think helped to up the value. I listed these for $40 and they sold for my full asking price. I paid $16. So 16 into 40. I don't do that very often, but like I said, when I looked at the sell-through rate of this, it was very, very high. So I felt confident with a quick flip. This was a style-based pickup. I would not memorize this brand. It is Tsunami, but definitely all about the style on this one. This was a beautiful skirt, mesh, very on trend right now. The floral, feminine details. You can see some of the keywords we used: Y2K, mesh, artsy, boho, fairy. Listed this for $45. It sold for our full asking price. This is not a newer brand to me, but this is a brand I never used to pick up. It is Mink Pink, and I guess I did not realize that this is sometimes sold at Anthropologie. This one was called the Esther dress. It was made out of linen, and it was a really quick flip. I listed it for $40. It sold for full asking price, and it only took a couple of weeks to sell. If you're passing on Mink Pink, just be aware that some of their pieces are sold at Anthro. Just do a quick Google lens to figure that out, but might be a brand you want to look for. It was one that I was passing on. This was a style-based flip. This is just Lands' End, not a brand I get very often, but all of the right factors were in this piece. This is a Fair Isle wool sweater. This is definitely going to flip quickly in the upcoming season, so start getting stuff like this in now. This one we originally listed closer to $50, but we listed it at the beginning of January, so unfortunately it did not sell within the season we listed it, and we are now back into colder weather selling, and it ended up selling on my dropped price of $36, which I still think is great for Lands' End. And I think if you were to list something like this now, you could probably get closer to that 40 to 50. You guys know I love the Old Navy sales. This is a very specific item in Old Navy. I've done reels about it, and I've also shown it in videos. It has to be this exact shirt. Old Navy, the boyfriend shirt in this exact color. I'll say it again. It has to be this exact style in this exact color. Period. For it to sell very well. So this is a lookalike to a flannel that Taylor Swift wore in one of her albums, and it sells consistently for $40 to $50 for us. This is our second one flipping it. I also got this from that storage unit flip, and she was like, I had to save this for you because you taught me about it, and I thought that was so sweet. So this sold so quickly, and I'm very happy with this flip, and I love knowing about these niche like celebrity as seen on TV stuff. I will say that we have had issues with putting Taylor Swift in our titles. eBay has started taking those listings down, calling it keyword spam. So just keep that in mind. We swapped it out for anything that's very Taylor Swift inspired, putting Swiftie in the title, and that seems to work. So if you're going to do that, make sure on eBay not to use Taylor Swift. Next up, this is another wintry item that sold. This is an UGG pair of slippers. Definitely want to start keeping your eye out for slippers, especially fur-lined ones in certain brands. UGG can be a really great brand to look for. These also had a really cool cable knit detail. We listed these for $35. It ended up selling for an offer of $30. This one took a couple of months to sell. This is another style-based pickup. I love these Y2K flips. This is just Hollister, but it's very similar to Abercrombie. Not as good as Abercrombie Y2K pieces, but more of a bread and butter. But this is a vintage Y2K baby doll piece. And if you come across any Y2K baby doll style, you can see the neckline here. Anything like this, definitely worth getting. A lot of them you can only flip for 20-25 bucks, but if they are the like classic Y2K brands like Hollister, and then Abercrombie goes for a ton more, definitely look for it. You can see I had 74 people watching this item. You definitely want to keep your eye out for stuff like this. You can see some of the keywords we use: baby doll, tank top, Y2K, lace trim. We listed this for $34. It did sell for our full asking price, and this one only took a couple of weeks to sell. This continues to be a good bread and butter brand for me. It is Draper James. This is Reese Witherspoon's brand. This one is an extra large, and it is a beautiful floral midi wrap dress. I listed this for $30. It sold on an offer to watcher for $25. I would say in general, we usually only get about $25 to $30 for these items. But like I said, it does seem to be a pretty good, stable bread and butter brand. Moving on to some of the Poshmark pieces. This is also something I got from that storage unit flip. I did pay up for these. I can't remember how much. But these are a pair of Rock Revival men's Dan alternative straight jeans. This can be a Bolo brand Rock Revival. You just always want to look up the style and the size. But some of them are a little bit more rare, which these ones were. I almost didn't get these because the back had a lot of issues. There's like paint spots. It was missing some of the buttons from the back. But I still got it just because they were so unique, and I just sold it for slightly less. They ended up selling actually really quickly on an offer for $75, even with those falls. So I was very happy with that. Next up, this is a brand you might not know about. I've only come across it a few times, but it does flip pretty well for me. It is Donna Jo. They are known for their skirts, which is still very trendy, especially if you can get the more vibrant, wackier looking prints. This one was a kind of cool marble looking print. And they do have their own sizes. So this is a size 2. It is not an actual size 2. You got to go to their size chart, which actually equates to a size large. So keep that in mind if you find this brand, Donna Jo. I listed this, I think, for $35, and then Posher VA automatically sends out offers to me. It's how I have it set up. And it ended up selling for an offer of $29. These next two sales are from Figs. Just wanted to share, I'm still selling pretty well the Figs scrub pants. I am very careful. The smaller sizes are not selling as well as they used to. I feel like we have to look up the specific sizes, and it has to be in really great condition. So we are like really looking up everything. We're not just picking up everything now. These were the Yola skinny scrub pants in a size small. They sold for $23. And then I just learned that Figs makes maternity scrub bottoms, and we've actually sold a couple of these lately. So I thought this was a pretty cool flip. And if you didn't know, they make maternity items now, and they sell pretty well. I accepted an offer of $25 on this, but I think some of our other Figs maternity scrubs are going for like $30, $35. This is a Disney Toy Story dress. We've been having a lot of luck with Disney stuff recently, especially like collabs that they do with different brands. It really depends on the piece. We got this one specifically because it was a 3XL, and it was Toy Story, which, not that it's super rare, but it's a little bit more rare. This one had a small spot on the front, and we still sold it for an offer of $45. This is a newer brand to me. It is called Flylo, I think is how you pronounce it. Different branding here. It is a rain jacket. Seems to have a decent sell-through rate, but the comps look really good for the ones that are selling. So definitely keep your eye out for this brand, Flylo, and their rain jacket type stuff. This was called the Vixen jacket. Did have some spots, so we ended up dropping the price a little bit, but it ended up still selling for an offer of $60. And lastly, this is more of a bread and butter piece, but I thought it was worth sharing because it is a size large, which I don't normally get in Talbots, but this is just a good factor stacking piece. It was a linen button-up shirt, size large, green. It ended up selling for $34, which is really great for a factor stacking piece.
All right, guys, so that's it for what sold last week. I hope that you all enjoyed watching. Don't forget to enter into that Jaden's giveaway. I mean, it's a free thermal printer, and it's an awesome thermal printer. Looking forward to doing more giveaways on the channel, and information to all of that will be down below. If you're not already, and in order to enter the giveaway, do not forget to subscribe. And if you hit the notification bell and hit all, you'll be notified every single time I post these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.